Okay, it's Izell here again, and we're going to be dropping some daily sauce. We're going to be taking a trip down memory lane with an Andrew Yang documentary. We're going to be doing some breakdowns and my thoughts and opinions. If you guys can be so kind to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's go!
Andrew Yang is a New York entrepreneur who's never held political office.
Which is a good thing because we all know the establishment today is corrupt. But okay, I guess.
He spoke one-on-one with King 5's Natalie Swaby. She joins us now with what he had to say.
It was right here at Gasworks Park tonight that Andrew Yang said if elected, his first priority as president would be to implement $1,000 a month for every American adult.
Okay, watching this at January 2nd when I'm editing this video, it should make a lot of people feel some type of way. And I have some points to back up my claims. First and foremost, this is before COVID. We all know poverty existed before COVID. And yes, if you was broke before COVID, you're definitely broke after COVID. So let's move on. For the people that's really in the work middle class, they got affected too in a lot of ways. We all seen the pictures. There was I think in Texas where the food lines were like thousands deep. Literally on the highways, like thousands deep, backed up on the highways. Think about that for a second. This whole time, the government could have implemented a universal basic income, and most of those people would essentially go to the grocery store to get their groceries instead of being, held up in food lines, thousands deep, backed up on the highways.
Nobody knows who Andrew Yang is. He's not a politician, complete underdog, and surprisingly, actually, he's doing really well.
I'm going to take a second right here to slam dunk. Despite hashtag Yang Media Blackout, Andrew Yang did well. The DNC, Tom Perez included, rigged the election so Andrew Yang were to lose. Mainstream media is also included. There was a MSNBC whistleblower on Yang Speaks, and she described how MSNBC higher-ups, I guess in the corporate world, basically makes Andrew Yang look like a ghost to the general public. This had massive effects, especially when we needed him the most, after COVID. I'm dropping so many truth bombs right now, it should make your head spin.
He's a serious person. He's smart and he cares.
The Tesla CEO tweeted his support for the venture capitalist on Saturday.
Elon Musk, he has a lot of money. He's one of the billionaires in society. He could be one of the first trillionaires in society. As I'm saying this, he's shooting rockets into space. Cool guy. Elon Musk is competing with Amazon, from what I'm hearing. And yes, I'm going to be on Amazon like cheese on grits because I heard one of the corporate guys got a position in the Biden administration. So we can all expect some shady things are going to be coming from Amazon and our federal government.
Saturday.
Yang, Yang, gang.
Andrew Yang is polling above 2 senators and 1 governor.
Nobody on the debate stage challenged Yang, like hardcore, never challenged Yang. They chose to disengage. They wanted no smoke. Do you hear me? They wanted none of the Yang Gang smoke. But there was moments where we did had to compare apples to oranges, and Yang overall had the best policies altogether. He was a well put together candidate. But we're fighting against the system here. We have to snap back into reality, and the system is not progressive at all.
He's actually higher in the polls. He's like this outlier. He's 44. The guy with the cap that said math.
Make America think harder. That's what math stands for.
Math.
You're raising issues that nobody else is talking about, and you're looking at it from a perspective that nobody else is really looking at.
He's gone.
Yes, because he had policies of substance that can actually change lives. And come on, somebody comes at you with data, facts, and real life shit. You think a guy like this wouldn't stand out?
Looking at him.
He's gone viral in a whole range of different communities.
He's not saying the same kind of stuff that all the other candidates are saying. And when he talks, it lands, in part because he's saying things that are unique.
Where was all the cheerleading when he was on the debate stage, when he gave his speeches? Where was all the cheerleading when we needed him the most? When we needed the cheerleading the most?
I think America is ready for a different kind of president who's more about substance than form. I'm not a politician. I'm not someone who's been rattling around Washington for years or decades, most Americans don't think that career politicians are going to solve our problems. And I think those problems are accelerating and getting more and more serious. Right. I'm also a parent. And when you have kids, you also have a different perspective where you think, okay, how am I going to leave the country or the world in a condition that I'd be proud to leave to my kids? And
this man speaks my mind more than Obama ever could. How? I don't know. This guy, he seems like he's in the room right next to me. He seems like he's in the room. If he doesn't speak to you, I don't know what does.
And right now, I'm not excited about the world we're leaving to our kids. I mean, our life expectancy has declined for the last 3 years due to a surge in drug overdoses and suicides. 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck.
These numbers are so real, it's actually terrifying. Because as we see, GDP goes up, but in real life, regular people, the average man is going through hell.
57% say they can't afford an unexpected $500 bill.
Like he said, take it for face value. If you get a bill that is $500 and you can't pay for it, you are broke, just like me.
And so people are looking around and saying, wait a minute, if GDP's at a record high, why do things feel so lousy?
I'm about to tell you why. The reason why is because you are the slave. If you have a job, you are currently 9 times out of 10 in what is called wage slavery. As an American, I believe we should have a $25 minimum wage, not 15. I believe in a 4-day weekend, paid family leave, universal income, Medicare for all, etc., etc.
How can you say an economy is healthy when our people are dying? If you say, oh, someone else will take care of this, that almost never works. So I decided I could make a contribution.
So I came to Washington, D.C., and I said, what are we going to do? This official said to me, Andrew, you're in the wrong town.
The words he just said spoke to me. The guys at Washington, D.C. looked at him and told him, you're in the wrong town. Like, it's not their job to help people. That's what the government is for. You work in the federal government and you don't want to help people, I need you to quit your job now. Refuse to let your ass make the minimum of $1 million just for sitting in damn Congress, just for you to decide whether I want a stimulus or not. It is sure a slap in the face for the average worker getting paid slave wages, and the people in government, one, refuses to recognize their economic challenges, and two, doing something about it when they absolutely have the power to do something about it.
No one in this town is going to do anything about the problems that you described, because this town is a town of followers, not leaders. And the only way for us to do something about it is if you bring a wave crashing down on our heads.
As we all know, Andrew Yang lost the race because of the DNC corruption. There is still hope. A tiny light at the end of the tunnel. There is nothing stopping a mass of people from declaring themselves a dividend. Essentially, he is correct, because if we do push the government into a corner where the citizens are like against them and it is for a big cause, yes, the government is going to have to cave into the pressure and follow suit with the general population. As regular people, if we keep kicking this can down the road, of course nothing is going to get done, because the people in government don't want to work anyway, but they want to sit back and loot all of our tax-paying dollars. Meanwhile, they're telling us to work our asses off. We need to start our own revolution now.
I looked at that and I thought, these words, challenge fucking accepted.
We talk about it like Donald Trump is the cause of all of our problems. He is not. He is a symptom. He is a manifestation. We are going through the greatest economic transformation in our country's history. I'm the son of immigrants myself, and if you go to a factory here in Michigan, you will not find wall-to-wall immigrants. You will find wall-to-wall robots and machines. Immigrants are being scapegoated for issues they have nothing to do with in our economy. And what we did to the manufacturing jobs, we will now do to the retail jobs, the call center jobs, the fast food jobs, the truck driving jobs, and on through the economy. Raise your hand in the crowd if you've seen stores closing where you live. It is not just you. Amazon is closing 30% of America's stores and malls and paying zero in taxes in a country that is tearing itself apart with people turning on each other. This is the mindset of scarcity that is sweeping our country. We have to make big choices right now as a country, and we have to start evolving and advancing in terms of the way we see our economy and our role within it. What we have to do is we have to focus on fixing the system that is distorting and dehumanizing. I'm running for president because I'm an American and I'm a parent, and I can see the country we will leave to our children, and it is not something that I'm willing to accept.
The only thing I worry about is that some total unknown that nobody ever heard of comes along.
And so
Donald Trump never said the words or the name Andrew Yang. Not one time. It was strategic. If the president of the United States doesn't mention your name, you're pretty much irrelevant. Hashtag Trump fears Yang. Hashtag DNC fears Yang.
he would be someone to watch because there's still time for an outlier to kind of rise up.
And the guy just has solution after solution after solution.
There is something compelling about a guy that just seems to have played by the rules and done everything right and believes in math and believes in science.
You make sense to me, and you can fix stuff that's happening in the towns that I see every day. I'm going to listen to what you have to say. Pay attention to this kid's plan.
I have done the math. It's not left. It's not right. It's forward. And that is how.
Big celebrity names with giant platforms. Dave Chappelle, Whoopi Goldberg, LeBron James. They endorsed Andrew Yang, but it wasn't that super push we needed to spark inspiration in people that would actually start the generation revolution that we need to actually, you know, get things done in our society.
Done the math. It's not left. It's not right. It's forward. And that is how we're going to beat Donald Trump in 2020.
So the third big thing is, how many of you all woke up this morning? Oh, what do we got? Eagles, it's a sign.
Okay, guys, this is the end of the video. I'm gonna have to cut you guys loose. This is Izell coming at you with the Daily Sauce, and I'm out of here.